Alright, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Zilchi, and welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a tier list. Shout out to OG Rain for coming up with this idea. He said, why not do a tier list? And I was like, you know what? That is a very good idea because I haven't done one since the launch of this game. So we might as well take a look at the end of year units that are in the game right now. I'm come up with a tier list and show you guys my opinion on the best characters in the game to the worst characters in the game. As you can see, we're not going to do any of the SR characters because we're at a point in the game now where if you are using SR characters, you probably just started. But I can tell you right now, there's only like 2, maybe 3 good SR characters in here, and that's probably her, him, and there's one other person, him. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And actually, no. She's pretty good too, right? But for this video specifically, I'm just going to focus on the SSRs because that's what most people care about, right? So if you guys do enjoy this video, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. We're almost at that 10,000 subscriber goal, almost 300 subscribers away from that goal, and I will be doing that giveaway for you guys. So if you guys are interested in that, be sure to hit that like button. Again, comment in the comment section below. I do have a Discord. I'm going to put the link in the description below. You guys should definitely go ahead and join that so we can get things rolling. So without further ado, let's just hop straight in to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from, actually I think we want to start from the bottom, right? And then we'll go all the way up to the top, right? I think that's a good idea. So first off, we have you here. She is, in my opinion, I'm going to put her in, she's not going to be B or C, right? I don't think any of these SR or SSR characters are going to be B or C, but there could be some A's. All right, there could be some A's here. I found this tier list. I couldn't make my own, unfortunately, but I did find this one. I thought it was pretty decent in what they have here, right? So we have her at A. She's pretty good. She's not the best, right? The reason why she's down here is because she's a fire DPS. She's good as a DPS. However, if you compare her to other units in the game, she's just A tier, right? If she was out when Choi was out, even she might have been up there in the S, but now it's just a weird point in the game where the fire team is just trash. And to be honest with you, she just doesn't provide enough for the team as just a regular DPS, right? I don't think her defense penetration was something that was good, right? But at the end of the day, she's just not doing enough for the team. I think she has to do more than just DPS at this point, right? If you compare it to someone like Mirai, she's getting cooked by Mirai, or even Shaheen or Alicia, right? They're all cooking her, right? So it is what it is. So for this guy right here, the God, right, we're going to put him, I think, I'm going to be honest, just because of the content that's out right now, I might put him at the SS tier, just because of the hard mode Baron, right? Or just Baron in general being weak to wind, and him being a very good wind breaker, especially at higher stars, right? So if you have this guy, you're going to be breaking Baron pretty easily just before, well, I won't say Baron, but like the stages before Baron, like when Baron's on his Kaisel, right? So I think he's very, very, very good as a breaker. He did get so many buffs. You know what? Doesn't matter. He cooked. All right, he cooked. So next we have the GOAT himself. No, literally, I don't need to. You guys already know. All right, he's just by far the best unit in the game in terms of damage, tankiness. The fact that you can run the Obsidian set with him is ridiculous. By the way, I do want to do a artifact tier list as well. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below. I will get that out for you guys. So best unit in the game by far. I don't even know anyone else close. Well, we'll see. There is actually someone that is close to him in terms of what they're doing for the team, right? This guy, I'm also going to be putting him in A simply because of the fact that you have other dark DPS such as Charlotte, right? She's a lot stronger than him, a lot better in terms of the DPS and what she's providing for the team, right? Next, we have her. Okay, guys, remember when I said there wasn't going to be any B? I lied. I'm going to put her in the B. She fell off. I'm going to be real with you. She did fall off. Her break is just, it's good, but it's not as good as it used to be compared to what others are doing, right? So I think she is in that B slot. However, don't get it wrong, she's still good, right? She's still good. Just because she's in B, listen, just because I put a lot of these SSRs in a different tier doesn't mean they're bad, right? It just means they're not as high up as other characters. Right? So she's still good if you want to go for water content, right? Like if you need to break in water content in like the story mode or something like that, she's very good. Or even in was it in Vulcan Workshop of Brilliant Light, right? Very, very, very strong. So she's in B right now. Mirai, I'm gonna put in Z. Very, very, very good damage, right? I don't know between these two who does the most damage, but I think they just deserve their own tier, right? Z tier. They're very, very good. Min, still a very good support. Right? I'm gonna put him at S just because of the new light unit that came out, Akari, which I don't think she is on here. Yeah, this list is a little old, so I'm gonna tell you where I would put Akari if she was on here, right? So, oh, hold on, guys. There's actually gonna be a few in the Z tier, in my opinion. A few in the Z tier. All right, just because they do good damage doesn't mean they can't be. Doesn't mean that others can't be in the Z tier as well. The reason why I said this is because Mei Lin, the best support in the game, right? She's just so good, giving support on everything, attack, defense, right? Like everything that you need. The most important things for these two characters specifically, she supports, right? So I think very, very, very deserving spot at the Z tier. If you don't want to put her Z tier, obviously she'd be like top S, right? But I think she deserved that Z tier spot. We have Lim. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. He's in the B as well. Again, he is a good dark unit. The dark team as a whole, they're very good, right? They are very good. However, I don't think he's supposed to be a breaker and a DPS, right? Because he does have some break skills, I'm pretty sure. But I haven't used him in forever. But he does have some break skills, but it's not enough to say you want to replace someone like Harper, right? Harper is very good. She does almighty break on her attacks and stuff like that. So I think he's going to be perfect in B tier. If you don't have Harper, he would be pretty good to switch, right? And if you don't have Charlotte, Silvermane Beck would be pretty good to put in there, right? So we'll see. Next, Libora, we're going to put in A tier. Just because of her support. She's a good support for the dark team. And she also does pretty good in the guild boss, right? But again, she's just not up there with the level of like Min, Isla, who is next. She's going into the SS tier. She's solely supposed to be for the dark team, but she does buff Jinu as well. So she's up there. She is very good. She basically makes the dark team a very viable, right? Like they were viable before with Libor, but now this like they secured that spot with Isla, right? So very, very, very strong. Han Semi, we're gonna put in the S as well, because of hard mode or just Workshop of Brilliant Light. Actually, no, I'm gonna put her here. I'm gonna put her right next to Min because I do still think Min is slightly better than her, right? I think Min is slightly better than her because the best team in the game is currently the light team, right? However, again, Min just fell off a little bit simply because of Akari being released, but he's still a good all-around buffer, right? So I think he deserves that spot. She's good. I only have her here and not in the A tier because she works with Mirai and this guy right here because Winchell right there because of the Workshop of Brilliant Light, right? Which I think is a very important piece of content in this game and that will continually probably need the Wind team. I'm gonna be honest with you, until they decide to change it. I think the next one's gonna be Wind and Light. I'm gonna be honest with you. Or Dark and Light could be. We'll see. But I think she deserved that spot right there. Harper, S, right? Just because of her break. She's a very good breaker. Or SS, I meant to say. Very, very, very good breaker. She also does very good damage as well, I'm not gonna lie. So she deserves that spot right there. We have Gun Hee, who you already know. I'm gonna put him right there. These two units, I think, are just in a league of their own in terms of just being the best units in the game, right? Gun Hee being a breaker, yet doing so much damage, and Thomas Andre just being the damage dealer. So Gun Hee with the light support, right? And then giving support to Thomas Andre, which also Thomas Andre is now getting a buff from Akari. So he's just even more strong than what he was before she got released, right? So I think these two deserve the spot. I think this is where you would put the top four in the Z, right? Like this is the only four I'm gonna put in the Z because they're just by far just like the best in the game, like the best. This guy, I said I wasn't gonna do anything. This guy's trash. We don't even want to talk about him. I completely forgot him. I should just put him in here because I haven't seen anyone. I personally I've seen people use him for simulation, but I don't care about simulation that much to be using him. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not. Gina, I'm gonna put an S. She actually is a great support for the fire team and just an all-around support in general. So I think she deserves that S spot. She just needs a little bit more oomph just to give her that edge over a lot of the other characters, right? Emma, ooh, I'm gonna put Emma in the A. She's actually, oh no, would I be doing her some disservice? She's actually still very, very, very good, right? I'm gonna put her in the S, right? Like if you have her weapon crafted and have her at high enough stars, she's giving good debuffs to the entire team or the enemy team or the boss that you're fighting against, allowing you to do more damage and a lot of the content in this game. Right, like if you have fire POD, she's very good to use in the fire POD or even in some of the BOT content that's in the game. All right, so I think she deserves that spot right there. Choi, still very good. I'm gonna put him in the S as well. Right, like his support is still, I think he'd probably be a little bit above Emma right there, right? Like that defense down that he gives with the blessing set being a support, even though he's supposed to be a DPS unit, right? He's basically on teams just to do defense down and other things, right? So like a debuff, just like Emma. So very, very, very good in terms of that right there. I'm going to put Charlotte in the SS tier. She's also very good. Dark DPS, very strong. If you guys don't have her, I do suggest you guys put her on your list of what's that, the custom banner, because I do think the Workshop of Being Light that's coming out will be dark and maybe light. I'm just gonna be honest. Shaheen SS, I put her above. Again, she is a light unit. You guys know the light team is the best in the game right now, so definitely needed. I won't say needed on the light team, but if you don't have a good DPS, she's very good to have on the light team, especially with the support she's getting from this guy, Gunhee. You can get support from Min, Mei Lin, any support, and she's good. I'm gonna be honest with you. She's very good. For this guy right here, Beck, we're gonna put him at B as no, he actually kind of rose. I'm gonna put him at A just because of Guild Boss. Right now, because of the light team, he's now very viable. His break is good. And again, the defense down that he gives is pretty good. So he's gonna be in the A tier here. I could have put him in the S, but I don't think he's on the same level as all the ones in S right now. Alicia, still going to be SS. She did fall off a little bit, but her damage is still very, very, very good. All right, so if you guys have her, don't be afraid to use her. She's still very strong, a very strong DPS in general. Obviously, she's best ran with Mei Lin. So the water team is still very good. They just fell off a little bit just because of the content in the game that's out right now. However, again, still very, very, very good. All right, there you have it, guys. That is my tier list for the SSR hunters in the game. Hold on, I almost forgot, actually. Akari, I would put her in SS just because of the buff for Thomas Andre that she's given, and to the light team as a whole in general. Right, she's giving really good support to the ones with the highest defense on the team, which is obviously going to be Thomas Andre, allowing him to do a lot more damage than what he usually does. Right, so there you have it. That is the tier list for the SSRs in the game. If you guys want me to do one where I add the SRs on there, be sure to let me know in the comments. However, I just want to go ahead and do this SSR one for you guys. So if you guys did enjoy it, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.